Well, last night, Canada passed Bill C-10, which to my understanding, and I'll link to it, to my understanding, the recap of it is it gives the Canadian government authority over what content will be published on, say, a YouTube front page. And it will promote in the algorithm pro-Canadian nationalist things, and it will de-promote things that are not hyper pro-Canada, or things that the Canadian government doesn't want the Canadian people to see. So essentially what it is it's censorship at the government level over private institutions. Now, obviously we know that YouTube and other platforms censor the crap out of their user base, and they can, because they're private companies, and you can write your own blog and host it on your own servers if you have something that you need to say, and if you need to be able to make videos and things like that, you can do that. It's accessible to you. It just might cost you more inconvenience and money than you might want to put in. But if you're going to do the free option or get paid option, you're going to go through a YouTube platform and they want to censor you. Oh, that's what it is. I mean, big tech is going to censor the crap out of anyone they want until big tech is done. And I've started things like Odyssey. I've got all these videos are hosted on Odyssey, just in the event that eventually we're canceled or shadow banned. All of our content is over on Odyssey, which is basically a decentralized YouTube. You can actually buy not stock in Odyssey, but you can buy the cryptocurrency of Odyssey. There's library credits is what they're called. They're selling for just about, well, I've been buying since like 10 cents. There's only 1 billion of them. So you can do the math and figure out what the market cap of Odyssey is. Right now, currently, it's under 20 million bucks. So I'm like, dang, I want to do I want to be able to buy like 10 or 20% of Odyssey, honestly. I'm just so bullish on Odyssey. If you run the numbers on YouTube, you'll find out that YouTube is approximately $170 to $200 billion thing. It's owned by Alphabet or Google, so it's tough to tell exactly what it is, but just in their revenue and then working their revenue backwards. So if you were to take the revenue, divide it by the discount rate, which would be like the fake federal, fake interest rates, whatever you want to do, and then just figure out like what would you pay for that cash flow stream. And most people say roughly 200 billion would be a pretty good market value of YouTube. Odyssey is the decentralized version of YouTube. I'm not saying it's going to be bigger than YouTube. I'm just saying it should be at least 1/100th the size of YouTube. So at a $2 billion market cap, and the thing's selling for like $15 billion market cap, $15 million market cap now, there's a lot of room to run. And there's a lot of room to run. I think it's 100x opportunity. It's literally, at the given moment, my best buying investment opportunity at the moment. I like silver, but the premiums are high, so I've been buying bigger quantities of silver, and then library credits, and then Bitcoin's down a little bit, but I'm not buying Bitcoin over 30. Not at the moment. So, and I've got what I need for that. But like this bill C-10, they passed at 1:30 a.m. So in the middle of the night, gives Canada more overreaching power. And what the hell, people? Like, what the hell? Like, you guys are the problem. Like, we gotta, like, we can't just allow governments to keep doing this. We fought wars. People died for us to have freedom. And by freedom, I mean there was no income tax in America until 1913. There was no central bank in America. There was a central bank, and not Jefferson, but Jackson got rid of that. Andrew Jackson got rid of that. But anyway, there was no income tax. There was no central bank. They couldn't print fake money. There was no IRS. There was none of that until 1913. The Titanic sinks in 1912. Pretty damn convenient, because without the Titanic sinking, there is no Federal Reserve. They tried it earlier. They tried it in 1903, 1907, 1910. These stubborn people kept getting in the way of that. They all went down with the Titanic, so it was just a great opportunity in 1913 to create the Federal Reserve. But nonetheless, I'm wishy-washy on the issue of censorship, because if it's a private company and they're censoring you, like the great Zuckerberg does on his platforms, well, they're his platforms. He can do whatever he wants on his platforms. I don't support it. I don't like the guy, I respect what he did. And then ultimately, decentralized versions are going to come in, and they're going to mop up his mess, and they're going to get rid of him, and he's going to go like MySpace, unless he just continues to acquire companies and just buy out his competitors. And then you would think that a government entity would step in and, like, you know, regulate that. Not that I'm pro-regulators. I want pro-free markets. But, you know, it is what it is. The world is moving decentralized. In the fullness of time, things will be decentralized. They must go decentralized for human beings to continue to evolve and to continue to prosper. Not that most governments want to see that. And most governments want power, and they don't really care what happens to the peasants. But look at these things that are decentralized. Look at how the world is getting more and more closed. Look how freedoms are being taken away and stripped away. And then see what you can do about it, which, like, get out of debt. That's the first thing you can do about it to increase your freedom. Get out of the things that you have liabilities on, the things that you're required to pay. Increase your income streams. Increase your passive income streams. Increase your skill set. And then geographically move. If you're in a location that's not super free, just move. Like, you can just pick up and go. I'm looking at this myself. I'm looking for tax advantages. I'm in the red state of Florida. It's a pretty good state at the moment, but over the next 10 years, I know it won't stay like this. So I know that I'm going to have to move, and I know I'm going to have to play geo arbitrage, which I'm pretty excited about doing. But you have to take action. And the first action you can do is just decrease the amount of liabilities that you have to pay for, decrease the amount of expenses that you have, and then look at these decentralized options and begin partaking in them. Like, you can have decentralized currency now, and you can hold it in your own wallet, in your own safe, on a hard wallet, which is cool. You have to gain the skills for that. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny little market cap. Some people have done really well. I've had a lot of buddies that have done really well in crypto. One of these kids, he was hitting on some chick at a bar. My net worth has 2 commas in it. He's broke now because he sold all his Ethereum way too early and tried to start a YouTube channel and didn't go anywhere. But nonetheless, that's what happens when libertarians get together in 2011 and get to buy Bitcoin at $3 a coin and stuff like that, and happen to hold some of them, even if they didn't hold them all. I mean, you know, like, they did well. Nothing's outperformed it. They've done well. But that's the trend line. I mean, that's kind of the first pop. You know, it's kind of like the first, like, get rich quick type of thing. But, like, these are the technologies of the future. I expect them to be in a .com crash at some point. I expect them to be like this .com crash where, like, Amazon's 120 a share, then it bumps down to 6 a share. Now it's 3,200 a share. I'm happy to buy Amazon at 106. I'm happier to buy it at 26. I'm happier to buy it at 6. I hope Bitcoin's kind of like that. Bitcoin's fully public, so it's going to be merged in with the new financial system, I'm sure, but it's government surveillance coin. Bitcoin is not some anonymous, you know, guys will tell you that. Oh, it's anonymous. You listen to, like, a Mark Moss video, and he'll show you all the illegal ways that he can move around his Bitcoin. It's like, bro, I don't want to have to move things illegally. Like, I just want to use something like Monero, where it's private and shielded, and it is. Like, I don't have to deal with it. Like, it's just, you know, get paid in Monero. You don't have to pay taxes on it. It never happened. It's fully private. Obviously, they might ban the use of it, but doesn't mean that they'll get rid of it. But nonetheless, these solutions exist. Odyssey, decentralized YouTube, the Graph, decentralized Google, essentially. I mean, these technologies are going to be like the things to buy. And then you can buy their cryptocurrencies, not their stock. So that gets around the whole SEC thing. So you can buy their cryptocurrencies, and then you can just own the currency. And then you can hold that on your own wallet. And so, like, you know, that's the migration and the solution to this endless money and currency printing. Money can't be printed. Money is a store of value. But, like, the endless currency printing and this, like, decline of the empire, the solution is decentralize everything. And hopefully long term, in the fullness of time, the people win out. Thanks for watching.